supersonic speed!
What's going on, guys? This is Alex, and today we will be taking our hand at something many people try to do, a roster speculation. Now, whether you're making videos on it or just making messages on message boards, usually people try and choose a rationalized approach to deciding what kind of roster we'll be getting. Usually, however, everyone is fucking wrong. Now, I mean that in the nicest way, but there's no way to predict this man. This man is crazy. Except with my little analysis thingy, I'm gonna take a more Sakurai rational approach, which means my reasoning for things are really weird, really shallow, and from our community seem really just stupid. Now just a heads up, I'm not saying I'm right and this is clear as crystal, it is speculation. So no more dawdling, let's begin. Before we do anything, let's see what we have so far. So, we have 29 characters. Pretty good, the game's not even out yet and we already have 29. That's so close to already what Brawl's roster was. Speaking of Brawl's roster, let's look at all the characters from there and see which ones are going to make it and which ones are going to get the cut. Well, here it is. Now, I could go through every character from Brawl, but I'll just make it easy on ourselves. Wario, back. Why would he be gone? Ganondorf, he's the main villain. Now, they may try and replace him with Ganon, but I'll go over that later. Ice Climbers. Now, people are worried about the Ice Climbers because of the 3DS's capabilities, whether it could have 4 Ice Climbers on screen. Or 8, I suppose. But Rosalina and Luma probably put that into the dirt. Rob, seriously? Why does everyone pick on him? He's original! He's fucking original! Because he's not Ridley. Oh, he's bad. Shut up, he's fine. He is fine. He's original, he's cool, and whether or not you don't like him because he's a robot, shut up, he's okay. Meta Knight, there's no reason he should be cut, and Halberd is back. Falco and Wolf. Falco, staying, but let's talk about Wolf for a sec. He's not a clone, in the slightest. I think we need some variability in a main character's way of play, just like how we have Luigi and Toon Link. So, if Wolf is gone, I'll be pretty disappointed, because he's the main antagonist for Star Fox. Besides, he's more important than Falco.
Hands off my prey! Hands off my prey! Hands off my prey!
That hood of Brooklyn bread-eating motherfucker. Captain Falcon. Okay, if they cut Captain Falcon, riots. Riots! Children will die. Jigs. I think it would just be wrong if Jigglypuff wasn't in. She's kind of been a staple to the series now. It would feel wrong if she wasn't there. She's become a Smash veteran, not a Pokemon veteran. And honestly, I think she's going to return. And then this whole row. Everyone hates this row. Like, everyone. People were saying Marth was going to be cut. Ike, Ness, Lucas, they're all staying. I don't know why would they be cut? Ike brings new moves to the table that we didn't see from any swordsman. Ness is the main character for Earthbound, and he was in the first Smash. And then Lucas. Why does everyone pick on him? He was my main in Brawl, but I'm not going to let that bias anything. Although they have similar powers, it's just like Luigi, Ike, or Falco. And he represents one of the 3 Mother games, so why the hell not? And besides, I love all your curves and all your edges. All your perfect imperfections! Game & Watch. No. I'm not even. And so we come to our last 3, Snake, Squirtle, and Ivysaur. These 3, I think, are getting the boot. Now that's very unfortunate because I've actually grown fond of the 3, but here are my reasons. Snake doesn't have any relevance with Nintendo anymore. Even Kojima has said that he's not sure that he's going to be in the game, although we can't trust a guy that made a fake company for Metal Gear Solid 5. Besides, there are other more fitting third-party characters that could be represented in Smash Bros. And Snake just is unlikely at this point, and it makes me upset because he was a really original character. Now on to Squirtle and Ivysaur. They showed in the latest Direct that Charizard is the most popular out of the 3, although it was no surprise. And now that he's on his own, why would he need to carry them now? Now that we got Greninja, it's kind of a surefire attempt to boot out the other 2, which is upsetting. So, yeah, you guys are probably getting cut. Squirt, Soar, wait, hold on. Squirt, Soar, Do you mean to tell me a war soldier is being classed with a flower and a turtle? Squirt. Soar. Squirt. Alright, so we're through with the old veterans. So that leaves us with 42 characters. Now, personally, I think we'll get a roster of 48 to 52. 50 being the most probable. So what does that mean? That we'll probably have 8 more newcomers. So now, here's the most important part of the video. Who will be these newcomers? Gosh, there's so many choices. I mean, there's Isaac, Layden, Takamaru, Sheriff, Shulk, Custom Robo, Excite, Biker, Suckapon, Rageous, Concorsman, Slime, Prince Sable, Muddy Mole, Dosha the Giant, Pac-Man, Reggie Fils Make, Doctor! How is she This is our community. This is our community. Yeah, you know, let me go research all of these and tell you which ones are the most fitting fucking newcomers out. Yeah, let's go look at all these newcomers. We need fucking 10 million newcomers for a 6-pack. Alright, so fine. I'll go through the newcomers, but I'm gonna go through the obvious ones that I'm sure we'll get, whether through popularity or hinting. So, here we go. First and foremost, me. They are one of Nintendo's most iconic mascots these days. It can be seen on all Nintendo platforms since the Wii. The only reason people dismiss them is because they don't like the idea of them, but I can see them becoming a character. Sakurai can make them unique if he tries. He's proven this with Rosalina, and they are definitely ripe for the playable status. Kids these days love when they can play as themselves, so all the power to me. Oh, and by the way, if you're worried about Hitlers or penises being on the online, I wouldn't worry too much about it, because the Nintendo Network ID is hooked to a me, and I would guess that me is going to be your playable one, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Palutena! After the leak, it seems to me she became more and more popular. However, I think she's got a pretty fair shot from the start. Kid Icarus has only one character, and with the new game that came out on the 3DS, she was established as an important side character. Also, Sakurai kind of made the game, so I can feel some sort of bias. And females are definitely more prominent this time around. But seriously, do we have any green-haired characters on the roster that wield staffs? No, I can dig it. Chrom. Fire Emblem's third rep has to be Chrom. Whether or not you agree, you have to admit that Awakening sold incredibly well and boosted the Fire Emblem's recognizability in North America. Chrom, as the main character, is the perfect addition to the Fire Emblem series in Smash. I only wish they all didn't have blue hair. So, our third-party representative is Pac-Man. Given that Namco Bandai has taken hand in the creation of this Smash Bros., many speculate Pac-Man will be an addition to the roster. He actually has plenty going for him. No, I'm not talking about the stupid clouds. Now with him, there's two sides of the coin. Either people love him, or people hate him. Me, personally, I would be better off if he took a hike, but you know, that's just me. Although I'm not really a fan of the idea, adding him as a character would be really smart. I mean, he appeals to generations old and new. He's actually one of the best choices you could have for a third-party character. So okay, we'll take him. Mewtwo. Hardly can call him a newcomer, can ya? He's probably one of the most requested characters that people want to see return to Smash. And why not? In Melee, he had one of the most unique movesets in the game. And to those saying he and Lucario can't coexist,
Two things, okay?
Shut the fuck up!
Mewtwo and Lucario are actually really different Pokemon. Just because they have the same B attack does not mean that they're the same. Go read your fucking Pokedex and shit. So Mewtwo, you're gonna be back in. What do you think about that? And lastly, Ridley. But wait, I don't need to go over him, because I made a whole gosh dang video on him. So you can go check that out if you wish. And this is totally advertising. So yeah, those are my reasons for those newcomers. So this takes care of 6 of the 8, but there are 2 more potential spots left. So, who will take them? This is where opinions have to start taking over, as these choices are not as obvious or agreed upon. So, they're obviously up for debate. So these 2 characters I felt like separating to even more obscure to less obscure. We're going to go over the less obscure ones first. I went through many choices of characters, and which ones seemed to me most important, popular, and logical. So, here's my list. Now, I know many of you are going to flame me for this, so please, I'm trying my best here. Isaac, Dixie Kong, Paper Mario, Ganon, and Shulk. Yeah, not the list you were expecting, I'm assuming. Okay, so I'll go over each of them very shortly, not too much depth, but give my reasons as to why they should be included. Isaac. Isaac is a popular choice for a newcomer. Although he's second party, he was an assist trophy in Brawl. And from what I can tell, we didn't see him as an assist trophy in the Nintendo Direct. Besides, he has a cool and unique moveset, with something called Synergy from his games that allows him to use some elemental powers. So, I can dig it. Dixie Kong. Alright, here comes the hate comments, I know. But I guess this kinda gives me the chance to go over the K. Rool and Dixie case now. So, okay, I'm gonna make it brief, and I'm gonna make it simple. Dixie has recently been revived in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. She's female. She has a unique moveset archetype focusing on her hair, although it's arguable if it could be unique. That is literally it. K. Rool is way more fitting, and I agree with you that he's more deserving. But he's been out of a game for quite some time, and has been ignored by Retro, which is kind of rude. Plus, I don't think another reptilian villain or a fat villain on the roster is something to be desired. So, in conclusion, I think Dixie Kong takes over with these really shallow additions, and it's unfortunate because K. Rool's an important part, and I get that. Paper Mario, again I'll say this, he's only going to get in over Bowser Jr. because he presents something unique to the roster that isn't had already. And all that makes him win this argument is in his name, Paper. Yep, it's shallow, but true. Although he's another Mario, he's from a different series altogether that could aid to his fight style. And again, him being Paper could play into a lot how his character is made, which is something we haven't seen before. And no, Game & Watch is not similar, he's just flat. Ganon. Now, notice what I said. Ganon. This means the pig man, the blue guy. Remember when I said they should revamp Ganondorf? Well, if they do that and one another, I think Ganon is the right pick. He's kind of the alternate face villain of the Zelda series. He's been in way more games than Dorf too. The only thing is, again, he's a big, fat villain. But all of the series that have characters, the Zelda series will probably get another one. Why? Well, they've kind of had the same since Melee, if you count Young Link and Toon Link kind of being the same. Now, we could also potentially get Tingle or Tetra. Who's really to say? I don't know how this choice process works. I'm just saying Ganon might replace Ganondorf. Or we'll get Ganondorf and Ganon.
So they're cutting you? What the hell?
Yeah, I don't understand it. I thought it was original.
Well, you know, I don't have to worry about that. I mean, I'm important to Zelda and...
We got Ganondorf. You may be replaced with Ganon because you're too similar to Falcon. Okay, thanks, bye.
What do you mean? I'm not like him. I'm different.
He's just saying it objectively, because you're too similar to Captain Falcon. You'll get a revamped moveset, that's all.
See,
I'll
still
be the character.
I'm just kicking. I'm different.
Hey, relax. At least you're still in the game.
What do you mean? I'm not the same.
Ow!
Come the fuck on, man.
And lastly, Shulk. I think, out of all of these characters I've said, and I do apologize, that he will be the one that is chosen to be playable. Why? Well, he's from a new IP called Xenoblade, made by Monolith Soft. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Iwata doesn't say it right, so don't even get...
Monolith. Oh.
Well, why Shulk? Well, he hasn't seen any representation in Smash yet. Maybe his appearance in Smash will help propel the game's franchise. His fans for him do make outcry for him. Actually, they made such a big outcry that they brought the game to North America when it was Japan only. He's relatively new, and could help boost the sales of the next game that they're presenting at E3 most likely. We've gotten a few hints, but nothing solid. Now, I don't know a lot about his character, and I'm not going to pretend like I do. I know he wields a sword, he has different types of class abilities called arts, I believe. But that's about it. I'm not going to try and pretend I know everything about it. But yes, I'm going with Shulk. So wait, we still have one more character that could potentially be in. So, who could it be? Well, any character you can come up with. That's right, I'm talking about your sheriffs, your duck hunt dogs, your Plum from Mario Golf, Odama. So honestly, this is where I'm going to call on you to tell me why and what character it should be. This one I'm going to guarantee you is going to be random and it's going to be out of the blue. Guarantee you that. You thought Wii Fit Trainer was crazy? That Game & Watch with Rob was crazy? So get ready. So, what do I think? Well, I think an interesting choice would be the Excite Biker. Seriously, a fighter that's always on his bike? That's amazing. That's so funny. I think it would be a cool addition and would bring a lot of variability in the fighters. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Oh yeah, and also, like I said at the beginning, this is not final, it's not set in stone, it is just a prediction of what the character slots could represent or what they could be. Me saying Shulk does not define that Shulk will be in, I just think he has the best chance out of everyone mentioned. And you may be mad that I'm saying, wait, Donkey Kong has 2 reps, Mario doesn't get a new one, no F-Zero pilot, and so on and so forth, but it kinda makes sense. How big do you think this roster is gonna be? Like I said, it could go up to 52, so there's 2 more spots. So guys, I think that's it. This is our roster. So in total, we'll have 14 newcomers, which kind of makes sense, because Brawl had 18, Melee had 14, and this one may also have 14, because really, how many more characters could they add? As Sakurai said, he didn't want to add that many new characters, so that's why I've taken a more safe approach. So guys, this is our final roster. Tell me what you think about it, and I know I'm gonna get comments about it. I know it. People are really passionate about their characters, and they're gonna make it known why theirs matters. But I like that. I like to start discussion. Anyways, guys, this is Alex, and I'll see you on the flip side.